at the right time, especially this channel right now, cause I'm about to go in, man. And you make sure y'all hit that like, that comment, and that subscribe, man, for real, and definitely hit that notification so you can get more content from me. And today's episode is gonna be called Beware of Witches, because they use the month of December to destroy chosen ones. I'm gonna say it again. Beware of witches, because they use the month of December to destroy chosen ones. Now you know the month of December is a month that Christians use, for the birth of baby Jesus. And the other side, man, the other side is using this month really to ramp up the spiritual attack at us. And so by you being a chosen one, man, you got to know these things, because if you don't know these things, man, you blind. Don't nobody go into a fight without knowing their opponent first before you go into the fight. And if you claim to be a chosen one, you better know how to fight, because, man, these spiritual wickedness and high places and these principalities and all these different high-ranking warlock witches and entities, man, they all working together to destroy you. But I'm gonna put you up on game. I'm gonna put you up on game about the month of December. So, Pete, in the month of December, it's a spiritual portal. You know what I'm saying? And in the month of December, witches and warlocks, they use it for spiritual harvesting. In December, the darkness, it's the darkness within the occult. You know what I'm saying? It's where they do most of they darkest things. So between the first and the third, they do a thing called gathering of the darkness. Spiritual sense is called the checking of the shadows. And witches would be summoned spiritually through astral projection while they sleep. Now, astral projection is a thing where when people fall asleep, you know what I'm saying, they can take their spirit out of their body, and their spirit is hooked up to a cord, and their spirit can go anywhere they want to. You know what I'm saying? That's what astral projection is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of witches can do it. A lot of regular people do it. You know what I'm saying? But witches, that's one of the main things they do, and they astral project so they can meet up in different places. And they would gather by sacred rivers where where there's portals and doorways. Okay? These sacred rivers where they be at has portals and doorways, you know what I'm saying? And just for instance, you know what I'm saying, in the city of St. Louis, you know what I'm saying, you got the Arch, and there's a river right by the Arch. And what they call that portal that's under that arch, the gateway. You see, the gateway to the west. So that's a gateway right there. So I'm not saying that they gather right there, but like that, man, where they get ready to do their rituals at. At the gathering, every clan of witches will review the year census and the year census, and in that year census, they all report on the different families of chosen ones and Christians that has became weak during that year. You know what I'm saying? And these are the things, you know what I'm saying? Like, which children have no covering, which marriages is cracking, which pastors stop praying, which households has open doors with anger, bitterness, lust, and fear. So this is what they going over in their meeting. And December exposed spiritual weakness, like the December, it exposed spiritual weakness like a light exposing a wound. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they doing, man. They all meeting up and going over the senses of what chosen ones did, which ones are getting weak, which ones are opening the door with anger, bitterness, lust, and fear. Most homes marked for December attacks belongs to Christians and unbelievers. Okay? This is what they looking for. They looking for unbelievers and Christians.
Just had to make sure I let that be played one more time because people think it's a joke. Why the following Christ you deal with so much stuff? Why you persecuted? Hey, Jesus is the chosen one. But this is a positive message for us. December the 23rd, 2025. I'm Aaron Glenn, private personal consultant and team member of Team Angie. Peace and blessings, and let this reading today be an inspiration to the readers, the hearers, and the doers of this word. I am King of Kings and Lord of Lords, dwelling in dazzling bright light. I am also your shepherd, companion, and friend, the one who never lets go of your hand. Worship me in my holy majesty and majesty. Come close to me and rest in my presence. You need me both as God and as a man. Only my incarnation on the first long ago Christmas could fulfill your neediness. Since I went to such extreme measures to save you from your sins, you can be assured that I will graciously give you all you need. Nurture well your trust in me as a Savior, Lord, and friend. I have held back nothing in my provision for you. I have even denied to live within you. Rejoice in all that I have done for you, and my light will shine through you into the world. This was inspired by the book of First Timothy chapter 6, verse 15 through 16. Also the book of Psalms chapter 95, verse 6 through 7. Second Peter chapter 1, verse 19. And last but not least, this word was inspired by the book of Romans chapter 8, verse 32. My book is falling in pieces. I have a lot of literature. I'm gonna have to start going back and read. So where we at? Right here. I have to start going back and going over my work. That's the wrong word. My bad. Is this one? Can't really see it. I'm trying to show you all. These were the books of the Bible that this word was inspired by. Oh yes, baby Jesus was born, and we're celebrating his birth in like 48 hours. This is what was going on before Jesus came, and why they was trying to stop him from coming, and why they trying to stop his people from doing his work that he left behind for them to do. That's what this is about. If you ain't know, now you know.
And the kingdom of darkness hate seeing believers finish the year strong. Okay? So this is why they meeting, because they hate to see believers finish the year.
This year, the last day of 2024, you got big plans, big dreams, a lot of goals, and then this year, I mean, shit, what happened, right? And that's some serious to think about. Like, how many of y'all gonna go repeat the same situation coming into 2026? My goal was simple. My goal has not been completed yet, but it has taken a year in motion to get it going. Last year, I was like, I'm working on my YouTube. I'm gonna get monetized on YouTube, and that's what I've been doing all this year long. Of course, with other goals and plans that has come to pass already. Well, one in particular, I didn't really capitalize on that situation. Too many distractions, too much lack of motivation, and I just didn't do it. But everything else is still in motion. It's started, but my goals is like a few years long. Some of them a few months long, and some of them it's just until it's completed. Right? Like I started this, I didn't complete it this year. So next year I'm going to continue on with the same goal. And also, I picked up a few more goals that I'm going to tackle, and that's going to be that. It's hard to stay focused throughout the year, though, when trying to achieve your goals and the things that you have in your heart to pursue, right? That's just that. But the reason why that is because leaving this year, you have all of these wickedness going on that's trying to stop the momentum, and that's exactly what he's talking about. And if you really realize, a lot of y'all have been defeated by the enemy and still defeated. You're procrastinating and you think that you have more time to do something tomorrow. Tomorrow may never come. And if it does come, you won't have the same energy to do as you should do today that you would want to do tomorrow. And that's a trick of the enemy to keep you procrastinating and not using your energy and time the right way. But this is pretty dope though. I know a few witches and they all do the same stuff as what he's talking about. And I could testify to that. They don't care how they do what they do. They just trying to get the job done. And they're going to work tirelessly and effortlessly to get that thing done and complete.
Doing good things, you know what I'm saying? Helping the homeless, uh, going to church, you know what I'm saying? Just doing all positive things, you know what I'm saying? Getting promoted on your job. They job in December is to try to knock all that so you won't have that. You won't go into the next year
With the same momentum.
with that same momentum. Okay? In December is the final opportunity to destabilize Christians before the new year comes. Okay? That's what they trying to do. The other side, they want to destabilize us. Destabilize us. They don't want us to have that momentum into the next year. Okay? To the 10th ends the opportunity for sacrifice and blood.
Mm-hmm.
All right? This what happens on the 5th and the 5th through the 10th.
This happened through the 5th and the 10th, the two mass shootings, the bombing with Venezuela ships. This stuff is no lie. You see it in real time. Look at the latest events that just happened a week ago, a week before that, right? I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You see it real time.
You know? Spiritual blood
You know
appears
what?
in many miscarriages, illnesses, violent arguments, animal killings, emotional breakdowns, relationship breakups, sexual sins, anything that produce emotional spiritual leakage that can count as blood, man. Up on game, man, because if you don't know what they doing, man, you blind. You gonna be the one that's getting attacked. You're gonna be the one that's getting attacked because you don't know what type of weapon your enemy coming at you with. But I'm gonna tell you the weapons, what they trying to do to us. I'm gonna show you. Matter of fact, put in the comment box below. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Okay, no weapon. You were chosen one. Emotional pain leaves a scent that witches can detect from far distances. So you know what I'm saying? Going through any type of emotional pain, these witches and warlocks, man, they using these entities so they can detect it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're going through those things, it gives off a scent in the spiritual realm. It gives off a scent in the spiritual realm, and that's how they're able to track you. Okay. Now between the 15th and the 20th, it's the most dangerous period, night of exchanges. Okay. During this time, witches search for people who are spiritually unguarded, those who stop praying, those who are in lust, those that's bitterness, grief, anger, depression, or those who grew lukewarm. You see what I'm saying? They got
category.
different periods of the month where they do different things and they look for different things in people so they can be able to, do their chance or put their curses on you. Okay? They visit in the spirit. That's why many people will have dreams. Okay? So at this time from the 15th through the 20th, man, they're visiting. They visited all the chosen ones in their dreams. They visiting all the Christians in their dreams. They visiting all the people of God in their dreams, man. And you may think that it's a regular dream, you know what I'm saying? But no, this is a dream that they didn't conjured up in your mind because at that time you was weak. I'm not saying for the ones that's strong, that's prayed up. I'm talking about for the ones that's been going through things that's got a weakness at this time of year. That's what they look visit you in your dreams. Okay? Now now in the dreams, they will come.
You need to know this type of information and know what to do about it because the devil stay busy. You got demons all day, every day, tirelessly just working your nerves. You gotta figure that shit out. And that's how they get you. You know what I'm saying? Like disoriented, tired. But at the end of the day, you gotta keep it moving. You gotta keep it going. You gotta stay prayed up. You gotta stay equipped. Because these demons, they got time for the drama. They got time for the bullshit. And you gotta meet them where they at. You gotta attack these devils. Stand in your authority. Or else you're gonna be a victim of this shit. You're gonna be weaker and weaker, like he's saying. He's saying,
Like
yo,
they will visit you like and come like when you eating food, having sex, you know what I'm saying? Receiving money, walking with a dead relative, attending a gathering. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing these type of things in your dreams, man, it may seem like normal things, but these are the things that the scenes and scenarios that they'll try to make up so they can be able to get you to partake in the ritual. You know what I'm saying? These are normal dreams, but they call them spiritual transactions. Okay? Stay with me now. Stay with me. They call it spiritual transaction. Anything that you touch, eat, or interact with becomes an exchange in that dream. Okay? You know, if you eat, touch, or interact with a witch in your dream, they will send your destiny to the water realms and your life will be cursed for that whole next year. So they may come to you in your dream and try to get you to eat something. They might appear as your grandma, somebody that you trust, and go something in your dream and you eat it. You know what I'm saying? They may appear as a pet or something like that, or just anything that you trust, man. They might get you to make that exchange, man. I'm telling you, they might get you to try to make that exchange, man. Like I say, by eating food, having sex, you have sex with somebody in your dream that you don't know, you be having sex with a straight witch. You know, receiving money, somebody can be giving some money to you in a dream, like, oh, I found this bag of money. You want it? You take it. That's an exchange. You know what I'm saying? Or you can be, you know what I'm saying, walking with a dead relative, somebody that just died or whatever, and you walking and talking with them, and then they ask you to do something, and you know that ain't your relative for real. That's a spirit. That's a witch that's trying to get you to make that exchange around that time of the year, man. Listen to me, man, because this is important. This message is powerful, man. This message is powerful. Okay? And then on Christmas Day, on December 25th, it's the day where the witches, and like while Christians celebrate, witches move more aggressively. They move more aggressively, you know what I'm saying? On the 25th, it's the day for massive spiritual manipulation. And their assignment is to replace joy with sorrow, peace with chaos, breakthrough with setback. You know what I'm saying? This is the time for them to steal the blessings because the blessings is spiritually released in December. Okay? The blessings is spiritually released in December, man. Joy attracts blessings and sorrow attracts dark spirits. Basically, like, man, look, listen. You ever been like
this is my last time to him as well too. But I even knew And what he's talking about, it resonates with me a lot personally because my sister passed away December 6th. And he was just talking about from the 5th to the 20th, a lot of blood be happening, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, damn, that's exactly what happened with my sister. And then come around Christmas. Hello. Hey, when y'all going? Probably not, no. Thanks for asking, though. Okay. All right, yeah, I handle that. Because I think, all right. You got to take the kids with you? By the time y'all get back, that I don't know, should be back, so they can go play the game and chill, whatever. All right, well, I'll see y'all when y'all get back. Yeah, fun. All right, well, love you. Um, on Christmas back then when it happened with my sis, my apologies as well. Um, I was in sorrow, like you said, just full of grief. You know, when you lose somebody dear to you, you don't know how you're gonna react, respond, but you're not okay. I mean, and it's okay not to be okay. Some people try to rush to get back to reality and society and all this and that, and it's hard for some people. Some people, everybody grieve differently. Me, stages, different stages, but one stage of sorrow, frustration. I felt I was just laying on the ground, like man, you know, not really feeling Christmas. This was like when my spirit left, and I just haven't been back the same way I have been as far as when it comes to Christmas. I never really celebrated either the other holidays as well, but whatever, right? I've been slowly but surely getting back into the holiday spirit. But anyway, I was laying on the ground, just sorrow and just angry and frustrated, and I feel so intense that my body was being pulled through the ground. I'm like, the fuck? Like I'm stuck to the ground. I'm gonna see through this bitch. So I was like, wow, I'm that angry where, whatever this is pulling me to hell or like trying to pull me to the I was stuck on the ground. I had to really get up. And I was like, that was weird. But being in that vibrational state, that frequency, engaging in that type of energy, it just did what he said it did. It bring more drama, more chaos, more ruckus. So when I caught my first case, shortly afterwards, like it's a fucking it's just the truth. I spent that next year, like he said, I was destabilized. Spent the next 7 months locked up, fighting the case, coming into the new year. So it's like, damn, and it happened to me twice before. Coming into the new year, not being strong enough, equipped enough, and allowing the devil to compromise my new year coming in. And I remember these 2 years like yesterday. It was rough, but I wasn't spiritually aware of none of this stuff going on, partaking in it as well. What you don't know, you just don't know. But once your eyes are open to certain sights, you never be able to close them back. Just like once you learn what a color is, there's no way that you cannot know what a color is anymore. Once you learn what numbers are, there's no way that you cannot know what a number is. So it's something like that. It's once you know certain spiritual things, there's no way that you cannot unknow it, or you're being foolish to not take it for what it is, to not be aware of what's going on. Just like you're being foolish if you know you have an appointment to go to at 8 o'clock and you just not keeping track of time. You just go whenever, right? You're not aware of what's going. It's not really a good example, but once you know better, you do better. If not, you're being foolish, and that's just basically what I'm saying. But yeah, this is some very powerful information because I done had 2 years of dealing with this type of attacks, not even knowing, thinking it's just life happening. You know, you're living life this way, but no, not at all. These were occurrences that happen not by chance, but by not by coincidence or chance, but by design. And yeah, they'll fuck your life up if you let them, you know. And if you partake in sin, you basically open the door for these things to happen because you're not guarding your mind, you're not guarding your peace, you're not aware of the thoughts that you're thinking about because it don't matter. You know, you're chasing pleasure, you have no discernment, you have no uh what's the word I'm looking for? No discipline, self discipline. I'm talking about myself as well. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm just learning every day, and I choose to learn more each day.
At a, you know what I'm saying, at a Christmas party or event on Christmas, and all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, you feel you first you be feeling joy, then you feel sorrow, or first you be at peace, and then the chaos break off in the party. These are entities using these people, man. These witches using these peoples to make you change your mind or what you was doing at that time, man, so they can be able to put a spell on you, man. Because once your guard drop, now they can be able to get in. You know what I'm saying? You letting them in when you start. You know what I'm saying? You know, first you peace and then first you break out. You know what I'm saying? It happens all the time. And you wonder why in December, man, people get so antsy during their year. It's not because they didn't spent all their money. It goes deeper than that. A lot of people is losing their mind because these witches and warlocks are manipulating them. Okay, so like I say, joy attracts and sorrow attract dark spirits. So as soon as you're sorrow mode, now the spirits that's around that was in other people that's lurking around you, now they feel like they got the inner. You know what I'm saying? And if there's any witch that's trying to put a curse or a spell on you, they got you at that time.
And yeah, like he said, and like I said, I was gonna stop, but I lied. I'm gonna speak my piece. That's why I don't like miserable people around me. You mad? Okay, go be mad. But if you don't have common sense or emotional intelligence to deal with that shit, I don't give a fuck about what you're mad about or people that complain. Like, watch out for them type of people, because them working with them. You feel me? Like a motherfucker that ain't got no emotional intelligence, they just bringing that energy on you. Sorrowful, pitiful, negative. You know what I'm saying? You want to red flag them people right away and rotate from around them or have them rotate from around you because they're opening doors for you to be attacked because they're already attacked. You can tell, you can see it, you know, carrying on that type of energy frame. Then what else can you call it, right?
Between the 28th and the 31st, it's the closing of the year. So this where they just get to doing all the bad stuff. You know what I'm saying? The death increase, the violence grows, drunkenness spreads, sexual sin multiplies, serious accidents occur, and mental breakdowns peak. You may have a loved one that all of a sudden go through a mental breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? From the 28th through the 31st. Pay attention around these times because this is when it happens. You know what I'm saying? Violence grows. You're going to see on the news. You're going to see all, you know what I'm saying? You're going to see shootings and death and all these different things that's going on in the news. You know, the death going to increase. And then the sexual sins multiply. A lot of people going to be, you know what I'm saying, doing sexual things, man. You know what I'm saying? Hurting people in sexual ways, man. And then serious accidents may occur. Serious accidents may occur. So you gotta watch yourself on the roadways too, because they're putting spells on the roadways and these entities, these dark standing on the highways, and you can be driving and all of a sudden you flip off the road. You know what I'm saying? You make ice, but nah, it's an entity that just straight flips your car off the And now they done took your spirit. You know what I'm saying? This is the time, and spirits are collected from the 28th to the 31st, man. Remember this, man.
And then there's something else to think about too, man. You know they just legalized weed, right? And you know how Medicaid and factory that shit is. It's time to really man up, woman up, and just deal with stress and anxiety. I just put out a new blog earlier this week for 7 days, 7 ways to manage stress and anxiety, actionable, manageable steps, tips, and tools to take instead of running to drugs and alcohol and, things that are temporary reliefs. People could accidentally overdose, reefer, especially you not knowing what chemicals are in and stuff, opioids, heroin, fentanyl. They putting all of this stuff in all of this stuff. To be honest, you don't want to accidentally not wake up or not be back who you are. These stuff, these things do happen. You don't want to be a story like I didn't know it could happen. It could happen to any one of us at any time when you're indulging in these activities.
Remember this, man. Remember this. This this is your training, Cho. I'm General Supreme, man. I'm gonna tell you everything that you need to prepare for this spiritual warfare. Because there's warfare out here, man. And a lot of people, a lot of people in these churches ain't gonna tell you what I'm telling you. But God brought you to the right place at the right time. He brought you to the right place at the right time. Okay? But you know, the good side about this, man, you know what I'm saying? And there's always a way to combat these things. For real. There's always a way to combat these things. So remember, we are never at risk with God watching over us, and the Bible offers comfort through God's sovereign power over all darkness. Scripture reassures believers that no weapon formed against them shall prosper, and that those who of the Most High find refuge under his wings. Rather than living in fear of spiritual attack, Christians can walk confidently knowing that greater is he who is in them than any force in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So you got Christ. When you were chosen one, man, and you got Christ in you, and you living life right, and you ain't doing stuff, and you ain't living for the world, and you ain't living in sin, man. Can none of these things that these witches and warlocks try to put against you can work at no time, because you got Christ inside you, and he overcame all of that.
Mm-hmm.
He overcame all of that, man. For real. So don't worry about no witch or no warlock trying to put spell on you. And
And hold on real quick. For those of you who like to be quoted with scripture as well, I want to share something with you that you can know that you are powerful. This is Psalms 90. It is a prayer of Moses acknowledging God's eternal nature and the brevity of human life. Lord, you have been our dwelling place throughout all generations. Before the mountains were born, or you brought forth the earth and the world from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. From everlasting to everlasting. This should be the comfort for you to know that God would never leave your side.
in December, especially if you were chosen one and your light is shining and you doing the right things. But those ones that are lukewarm, those ones that's trying to dib dab in the world and do different things, you ain't doing nothing but opening yourself up for spiritual attack.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna give you some Bible verses that'll help you with those spiritual attacks. So won't nothing happen against you. Okay, I'm gonna read them down. Deuteronomy 18:10 through 12, Exodus 22:18, 1 Samuel 15:3, Galatians.
I'll read them out for you.
Okay, I'm gonna read them down. Deuteronomy 18:10 through 12.
So let's start with that. All right, so this is Deuteronomy 18:10 through 12. Let no one be found among you who sacrifices their son or daughter, who practices divination or sorcery, interprets omens, engages in witchcraft, or casts spells, or whom is a medium or spiritualist, or who consults the dead. Anyone who does these things is detectable to the Lord. Because of the same detectable practices, the Lord your God will drive out of those nations before you. This is a very powerful one. It says exactly why we should do these activities, because God is with this stuff, and this is who God is sending his wrath on. Now let me go to the next one. He says, and I think this is the last one I'm gonna read, and I'm gonna let you all go. I think I just messed something up. Let me see real quick. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna pull it back up real quick. So this is 22. I'll just read it until it pop up or whatever. I don't know what's going on. What's the hold up? I should not suffer a witch to live. Never really heard that verse. It's pretty dope though, and pretty straightforward. Let me see what the last one was. First Samuel 15. And that reads as is of witchcraft, and stubbornness, and adultery. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from being king. And that's pretty dope. Rejecting God's word is rejecting God. Last one, Galatians 5:19, and we're gonna end this here. I'm married, man. All right. So this is the last verse. He has a few more, but I'm gonna endure it. Ye are not under the law, the spirit of the Holy Ghost. So yeah, they just cut that off. If you find any type of value in this informational video, I just ask that you subscribe to my channel. It'll be a blessing to me and to the people that I'm trying to help reach, to enlighten those who seeking spiritual guidance through Christ and want to get to know the Lord for yourself. That's what I'm here for, and also here for the vibes, putting out good energy into the world. By doing so, I just read from my book of inspiration, Enjoying Peace in His Presence, Jesus Calling, written by Sarah Young. And this is what we do here on my channel. Also, for those of you who are looking for passive income online, want to learn high income earning skills, start your own online business, and or you don't have any ideas, but you want some master resale right products, which I have is courses that you can have access to as long as you have Wi-Fi or cell phone or whatever type of device where you can access Wi-Fi. The files are there. E-courses, just like college courses online. It's the exact same thing. But my courses teaches you high income earning skills, teaches you the things you need to know to be successful in the online field in this digital marketing industry. I also created my own digital products. I have over 200 product ideas. If you, those of you who are looking for just a little startup, something to get you going, something that you may be passionate about, just not creative thinking of it at the moment. I have those ideas for you as well in my free blueprint, which is down below that you can get. Join my email list. Once you type in your email into here, I send out 2 emails that you need to look out for. One is the free blueprint copy on how to get started making money online with live mentorship. We meet twice a week. Once for mindset and 2 for tech skills. So you don't have to worry about being tech savvy, how to use ChatGPT or AI, anything like that. You learn this within the program because technology continues to evolve. So you have to continuously learn how to use it and um, incorporate it into your daily business so that you can have an automated online business, letting your business work for you and you work on enjoying time freedom. Last but never the least, the next email that you'll be looking out for is the newsletter that I send out each week, letting you know exactly what Team Angie has going on and what we will be doing within this week or within the next couple of weeks or the season, whatever, right? If you want to be tapped in on the giveaways and what we got going on and how you could be a part of the team, you want to become a member, making money online with like-minded individuals. You're free to subscribe. You can unsubscribe at any time. The newsletter comes out once a week. Also, within that newsletter, I send out my free blog, Talks with Team Angie, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you're looking to manage stress and anxiety as well, those are within those blogs. I have over 300 blog posts that you can go through it, get all the type of information you want and or need to manage stress and anxiety, and also to make money online. I have multiple streams of income, multiple ways to get paid online. That's what I do. So if you're looking to do the same thing, I'm here to help you. All you have to do is just join my email list here, teamangieLLC.com. Put in your email, and then you go check the email for 2 blueprint and newsletter, and that'll be your entry on getting started making money online. It's the gift that keeps giving. Passive income online, also residual income online. Teach you the difference between both, and also teach you what exactly a master resale rights is and how to utilize having a situation like that. But nevertheless, happy holidays for Team Angie. Peace and blessings.